So let's talk about a feeling that might be just a little too familiar. One minute, you're juggling everything, right? The career, the family, life, and you think, okay, I've got this. And the next, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, and this thought just hits you like a ton of bricks. I'm 50. How on earth did that happen? If you've ever felt like time is pulling a fast one on you, well, we're about to unpack why that feeling isn't madness at all. I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? That feeling that you were 35 like yesterday. You had all this energy, all the time in the world, and now all of a sudden it feels like life is a train that's already pulling out of the station and you're just running alongside it trying to jump on. It's really disorienting. And this is the question that just echoes in your head, right? It's raw, it's unfiltered, and you know what? It's completely valid. It's that jolt of realizing you've been dropped into a new chapter of your life when you didn't even know was coming up next. So yeah, let's just call this what it is. The how did that happen moment. It's the big wake-up call, that sudden moment of clarity, or maybe confusion, that really marks the start of a massive, massive shift. And it's not just about getting older, it's about your identity, and that sudden feeling that the ground is literally moving underneath your feet. Because right after that wake-up call, that's when things can start to feel a little bit sideways. Your moods, your patience, your whole sense of who you are can feel like it's been thrown into a blender and set to high. The emotional whiplash is it's intense. One minute, you're having a fantastic day. You feel capable, on top of your game, happy even. You feel like yourself. And then maybe just a few hours later, you're just crashing. You suddenly feel flat or weepy and completely overwhelmed by the smallest little thing, and you can't even figure out why. Then you'll get these little windows of calm, right? A day, maybe two, where everything feels totally normal again. And you think, okay, phew, I'm back. I'm fine. That was just a weird blip. And then, bam. Pure, unfiltered rage over something completely ridiculous, and it's not even 9 a.m. It's an emotional roller coaster that leaves you, and honestly everyone around you, feeling completely dizzy. Now, here's the really tricky part. Deep down, you know you're overreacting. You can almost see it happening in slow motion, but you feel totally powerless to stop it. Every little comment feels like a personal attack, and suddenly you're picking fights over nothing, straining the relationships with the very people you love the most. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is so important. Not all of this anger is the same. And figuring out the different flavors of this rage is honestly the key to getting through it. We can actually break it down into 3 types. Okay, so you can see here we've got 3 main players. First, there's what we can call good anger. This is the productive kind, the fire that finally makes you fix something that's been wrong for years. Then you've got destructive anger, and this is the one that's just fueled by pure burnout and resentment. And then there's this new wild card, menopause anger. And this one is the one that causes all the confusion. Because this anger, it's not a character flaw. It is not you going mad. It's just chemistry. Think of it this way. Estrogen is like the friendly manager of your brain's keep calm department. When it starts to dip, your stress hormones go through the roof, and that little filter between your brain and your mouth, it just vanishes. It's biology, not a personal failing. So once you understand that, once you realize this is a chemical thing, not you descending into madness, you get to a crossroads. You actually get a choice in how you move forward from here. And the choice really just boils down to these 2 paths. You can go down path A and keep blaming your partner, your kids, the world, just projecting all that chaos outward. Or you can choose path B, and that's about taking responsibility, not for the hormones, you can't control that, but for your behavior. It's about learning to ask, is this anger a real signal, or is it just a chemistry talking? And if you choose that second path, something really incredible starts to happen. You start to see that this whole process isn't about your life falling apart. It's actually about stripping away everything that was never really you to begin with. And look at what gets stripped away. First to go is your tolerance for bullshit. It just evaporates. Next, that lifelong habit of being a people pleaser just to keep everything smooth, gone. And finally, the tendency to just smile and say you're fine when you're really screaming on the inside, that's gone too. It's like a forced but necessary purification.
And this is what it's all about. This quote just says it all. Look, is it messy sometimes? Yes. Do you sometimes snap and have to apologize later? For sure. But other times, that anger is the force that finally helps you say the thing that has needed to be said for a decade. It helps you build boundaries, it makes you honest.
Which brings us to the most important point of all. If any of this has been resonating with you, if you've been feeling like you might be losing your mind, please just listen really closely to this final part.
If you feel foggy, grumpy, furious, emotional, totally flat, or completely overwhelmed, sometimes all before you finished your morning coffee, you are not broken, you are not failing, you are not losing your mind, you are simply shedding a skin that you have outgrown.
And that's the absolute truth of it. This messy, loud, sometimes embarrassing process. It's not about you falling apart. It's about you finally waking up to who you really are. A version of you that is clearer and stronger and way more authentic than ever before. And really, what else is there to say to that? It is about bloody time. You got to be fully and unapologetically you. This isn't an ending. This is you starting to get real.